Welcome to everyone to a new Versus episode, and today we're going to be comparing the Vargo 52 from Cold War with a couple of different very interesting builds for the Volkssturmgewehr from Vanguard. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on into TTK Comparisons right here. So there are three TTK profiles we're working with, being the chest area where every single Volk build beats the Vargo up to 33 meters, then lose milliseconds depending on their own particularities up until 41 meters, where the Vargo beats them all with a 900 millisecond TTK, and the .30 40 round build closely behind with 924 millisecond TTK. The stomach and limbs TTK are all the same scenario where the Volk beats the Vargo by an average of about 50 milliseconds up until 41 meters, where the Vargo really stands out, holding a 900 millisecond TTK against the fastest Volk build having a 1036 millisecond TTK, so quite a gap here in regards to stomach and limb shot. Now for headshots up to 41 meters, once again the Volk builds take the lead by a small margin of about 40 milliseconds and then drop off to the Vargo's lead with a 600 millisecond TTK against the fastest Volk build having a 666 millisecond TTK, meaning that the Volk on paper is a better close to mid fighter, and the Vargo keeps its effectiveness at range no matter what the body part on top of the Volk. So for the Vargo build, we're going to be running the Groove Suppressor, the 18.6-inch Task Force barrel. You could also run the 19.8-inch Liberator barrel because you get the same bullet velocity, and based on the testing, the extension vertically of the recoil pattern looked pretty much the same from these two, so there was maybe a bullet or two different, but you don't really notice that too much. But if you want more mobility on this AR, you can run the 19.8-inch. If you want just more consistency, 18.6-inch is going to work for you fantastically. For the optic, you can run anything you'd like. I'll go with the Axial Arms 3X. For the magazine size, any magazine size you'd want as well. And then for the underbarrel, you could run the Spetsnaz grip, fine. However, and shout out to Sim for providing this detail in Twitter, the Spetsnaz speed grip gives you a horizontal control beyond that of the normal speed grip or the horizontal grips for other weapons. And what this does is it reduces the natural curvature the pattern has, and so it makes the pattern more linear to control, and that's way more palatable for you to be able to come and choose this weapon for long range effectiveness. So I'm going to be running the Spetsnaz speed grip, and this is going to be the Vargo 52 build that I'll be running. You can also run the taped mags, which reduce your overall reload time by about 40%, which is a fantastic option if you can work with 30 rounds in the mag. Now for the first Volk build, we're going to be talking about the 45 all-rounder build. Now we're going to be running the MX Silencer, Krosnick 428mm 05V barrel, the M1941 handstop, or any underbarrel that controls recoil or doesn't maybe, because the recoil pattern based on the 7.62 Gorenko 45 round mags is already really easy to control, as you can see from the pattern. Lengthened stippled grip, fleet, fully loaded or on hand, although fully loaded is more recommended because this already aims down sight pretty quickly, so fully loaded will just be way more practical. Krosnick S12V PS stock, and whatever sight you prefer. Fleet here is kind of the secret sauce of this build because you don't need any extra control from Perfectionist, for example, which is an option you could get from here. Fleet is going to let you run this with a non-amped class, so you can run Combat Scout or any other perk in the perk 3 category that you like to run, and this will be fast weapon swapping all day long because of Fleet. So it's a fantastic all-round build for the Volk. Now for the 60 round Volk build, we're going to be running the MX Silencer, the Krosnick 428mm 05V barrel, M1941 handstop, 8mm Kurz 60 round drum, lengthened stippled grip, Perfectionist, on hand, Krosnick S12V PS stock. And I would recommend any optic that gives you some extra control because the 60 round is the higher one of the vertical patterns that we're going to see with these builds. So the Slate 3.25x is a fantastic and favorite option for me, but you can run any other sight that gives you some extra control, or if you can control the recoil pattern, just run anything you'd like. Now for the very unusual Volk build, we're going to be running the recoil booster, the Krosnick 428mm 05V barrel, M1941 handstop, the .30 Russian short 45 round drum, subsonic because we're running recoil booster, stipple grip, Perfectionist, fully loaded or on hand, Krosnick S12V PS, and I would suggest any optic that gives you some extra control, although I would heavily suggest the Slate 2.5x because of the visual reduction that it adds to the weapon. So I really like this specific option because of the Russian short that gives you more vertical and visual bounce. So this Volk is by no means the easiest one to use, but is by far a fantastic option for Rebirth and Fortune's Key because it'll keep you out of trouble. And if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll see a 1v5 play with this weapon that you just won't believe. So looking into other relevant stats for long-range weapons, the Volk of the 45 Gorenko build has the best fire rate with 811 rounds per minute. In regards to muzzle velocity, the best one goes to the Volk, the .30 45 round build with 1565.6 meters per second. In regards to magazine size, the Volk 60 round and the Vargo, if you're running the 60 round, are pretty much tied in this category. In regards to reload time, the Volk 45 has the best time, the Vargo 52 coming really close with 2.5 seconds, and if you add that mag clamp or that taped mag, then you'll get that 1.75 if I don't ill recall. So it's a fantastic time, but again, you're working with 30 bullets. In regards to empty reload time, the Volk 45 wins that as well with 2.93, close to the Vargo 52 with 3 seconds. In regards to ADS time, the Volk 45 takes the lead here. Drop time and raise time as well. And in regards to sprint to fire, the Vargo 52 has the best sprint to fire with 250 milliseconds. So who's the winner in your opinion? Let me know in the comment section below what your favorite class setup for the Volk or the Vargo 52 is. Make sure you let me know if there is another weapon you'd like to see a versus episode for. And in my opinion, I would say that today's episode is kind of a tie because of the variety in the Volk's builds. I think you can really use this weapon for a variety of situations and still be effective at long range, although it is true that TTK wise the Vargo 52 is the best one. In regards to control and consistency, I do think the Volk is very good in that department. So that's my thought, so let me know what yours is down below. We've got way more versus episodes on the way until Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 comes around, so make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any one of these videos, and click the bell so you don't miss a single one as soon as they come out. Now, are you wondering if the PKM is better than the Type 11? Then go ahead and click on the video at the end here to find out what the stats say about both of those very good LMGs. But with nothing else left to say, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and through it all, I hope you always remember, Sauce Time Gaming.